Hello, race fans, and welcome here to the BioTE Cup Series. It's Season 1, race number 16, the U.S. Armed Forces 200. And we're also celebrating Matthew Bagby there, the season champion. He's also the spotlight driver for tonight. And actually, I'm not even sure if he's there because he definitely has it wrapped up already. And but yeah, we want to thank you for joining us here once again. And boy, I tell you, the season's about winding down. We're next. Only one more race to go after this one, and so we'll see what happens here tonight at the Monster Mile. Of course, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Thank them for supporting the league all season. That would be BioTE and Georgetown OBGYN. And I tell you, they got nice weather out there for racing tonight. A little cool, 65-degree air temperature. Winds are only 2 miles an hour, but that track temperature is a cool 87 degrees. So that'll be interesting. And now, of course, they're running the 67% fuel like they always do. They have 7 sets of tires tonight. The set they start on plus 6 additional sets. Of course, they have the 2 faster pairs they normally have, 2 attempts at a green-white checker, and a 200 lap race scheduled tonight for this 1 mile facility. And as always, thank you for joining us here on the Rice Motorsports TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Click that notification bell so you'll know every time we go live. And we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here and hear from our sponsors. You're watching the BioTE Cup Series here on Rice Motorsports TV. Today, BioTE is a leading innovator in precision and preventative healthcare. We have translated over 80 years of scientific insight into medical approaches that identify and address imbalances in the production of hormones that occur as the body ages. BioTE is poised as a leader in the health and wellness revolution by offering personalized hormone therapy and high-grade nutraceuticals to people who want to take charge of their health. This is accomplished through personalized and preventative healthcare, made possible with hormone optimization. For more information, scan the QR code on screen or check out the link in the description. Georgetown OBGYN provides complete women's care to the Central Texas area with a focus on patient comfort and satisfaction. Dr. Vincent Sherman, Dr. John Sherman, and Dr. Kelly Monteville look forward to providing you with the excellent care you deserve. They take pride in combining experience you can trust with the most innovative treatments. For more information, click the link in the description below. Okay, folks, we're back here with the BioTE Cup Series, U.S. Armed Forces 200. And we have a little bit of time left here. Let's, how much time we have left? Just under 4 minutes before we get ready to go qualifying. And who's on track? There's Patrick Hernandez. Currently 3rd quickest on the time charts. Let's see what kind of time he's got there. 22.326 is his personal best. 22.789. That was the last lap he just posted. And you know, like I said, the season is winding down, and it's a bit of a small field here tonight. And but I tell you one thing, man, even for some of the guys that are here, they are just some guys are having some issues. I've been having some issues with the with connecting to the server for the last week or two, and well, I tell you, some of the guys are struggling as well. And let's take a look at the current point standings. Of course, Matthew's got the championship all sewn up, and oops, I think I accidentally I think I might have I typed something in there when I was doing the points, and Kevin's first name is we can fix that real quick. But you can see where your favorite driver is in the standings. Let's hit push that out, and there we go. In the health and wellness revolution by offering personalized hormone therapy and high-grade nutraceuticals to people who want to take charge of their health. This is accomplished through personalized and preventative healthcare, made possible with hormone optimization. For more information, scan the QR code on screen or check out the link in the description. Georgetown OBGYN provides complete women's care to the Central Texas area with a focus on patient comfort and satisfaction. Dr. Vincent Sherman, Dr. John Sherman, and Dr. Kelly Monteville look forward to providing you with the excellent care you deserve. They take pride in combining experience you can trust with the most innovative treatments. For more information, click the link in the description below.
We are back at North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400 lap race on this .625-mile racetrack. And just as the field comes around turn number 4, the sunshine peeks through, helping warm things here. Bill Elliott leads him down. Benny Parsons on the outside. The green flag flies, and the first Union 400 Winston Cup race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody nicely through turns number 1 and 2 as Bill Elliott has the lead and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into second position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison. Oh, here we go. It's just about to go away. They bump coming out of turn 4. Earnhardt gets the lead. We had just heard from our spotters that Neil Bonnet. Is on his last lap. This will be his 24th career win. Dale Earnhardt wins the first Union 400 at North Wilkesboro.
Okay, folks, we are back here, and qualifying is underway. And no, your eyes are not deceiving you. That is indeed Matthew Wilson heading out onto the track. He's actually subbing there for James Brossiker. He's hopped in the number 3 car here tonight for him. And but he'll show as the number 88 in timing and scoring. So don't be confused when you see that. And of course, you know, they have the open qualifying here, and we still have about 7 minutes to go. And right now he's 4th quickest with a 22.838 is his personal best. Let's see, Riley Hoots, he's provisional pole with a 22.346. Excuse me. See if he improves that time there. And yes, he does. 22.311. The new personal best there for Riley Hoots. So he'll I think he's happy with that time. He's going to stick with that for right now. Patrick Hernandez, he's in that P2 position. He's coming on down. 22.326 is personal best. Alan Bledsoe, he's making his way down. Well, I think he might have just slid there or something. Kevin Winkler, he's still fourth quickest here at the moment. And I wonder if they, looks like everybody's coming on in here. A lot of folks are pitting. Now there's Paul Bajanic. I was talking to Paul before the, during the practice session. Boy, good to see him out there. Man, he is having some major issues connecting to the server. And I tell you, they did that 24 hours of Daytona or whatever it was, the Le Mans or whatever race it was, but a lot of folks were having some issues just connecting to the server ever since then. And I mean, I joined as a spectator, and I feel like even I've been affected. And because I've been broadcasting the same setup, same settings for since last year. Nothing has changed, and all of a sudden everything's just gone haywire. And I did discover some issues on my end with my PC, which is the case sometimes when you go looking for trying to figure out things. But well, I tell you, it's just interesting how things have been going here the last few days. There's Matthew Wilson making his way down the backstretch, trying to improve on that P5 position. He crosses the line. I don't know if he improved it. Yes, he did. He improved his time, but not his position. It's a 22.634 for Wilson. And he's boy, I tell you, it's looking mighty slick out there, folks. Wow, I mean, like I said, the air temperature is only like 65 degrees or something like that, and well, we've been seeing folks kind of slipping and sliding a little bit, and it's still showing 65 here at the moment. Track temperature is still 84 degrees, and it might, who knows, it might change as the race goes on. We'll see what happens. And they have about 4 minutes or so left. So as they're wrapping up qualifying, we're going to go ahead and pause for our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Star-Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Back at North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400-lap race on this 0.625-mile racetrack. And just as the field comes around turn number 4, the sunshine peeks through, helping warm things here. Bill Elliott leads him down. Benny Parsons on the outside. The green flag flies, and Elliott has the lead, and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into second position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison. Oh, here we go. It's just about to go away. They bump coming out of turn 4. Earnhardt gets the lead. We had just heard from our spotters that Neil Bonnett. Is on his last lap. This will be his 24th career win. Dale Earnhardt wins the first Union 400 at North Wilkesboro.
Okay, folks, we are back here with the BioTE Cup Series. It's Season 1 race number 15, the U.S. Armed Forces 200. And we're at the penultimate race here. One more race next week. I do believe it's Atlanta, I believe. And that will be coming up next week. And just wrapping up qualifying. And we'll be rolling over to the race server here in a moment. So we're down to 0. The server should be kicking over here. We're like at 10 minutes and 30 seconds because it's a 10-minute qualifying session, and does take a few seconds, about a minute, half a minute or so, and I think it's about ready to kick over here. And yeah, cars starting to come out on pit road there. As they're making their way out, let's go ahead and take a look at your starting grid. Riley Hoots, he did hold on to that pole position. Patrick Hernandez will be second with Alan Bledsoe third. Kevin Winker in the fourth position. Matthew Wilson is fifth. Paul Bajanic able to keep that. Hopefully we'll be able to keep his connection going there. Starting in that sixth position, Joe Nerton seventh, and Kelly Thomas starting in the eighth position. I think we're just waiting on Kevin to come out of the pits, and then the pace car will be on its way. Let's see, the weather was 65. The air temperature is still holding at 65 degrees. Track temperature though is now 81. I thought it was a little warmer than that. I thought it was like 85 at first, when the session, during the practice session. Car is now getting ready to roll off here for this 1 mile oval. Pole sitter there, Riley Hoots. Getting ready for 200 laps. Well, I tell you, we'll see how things get going here. If things remain as slick as they have been, they might need all 7 of those sets of tires. We'll see what happens. They're making their way out of turn 4. Pace cars down on pit road. We'll be waiting for that green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
We got a green flag, and we are racing here at the Monster Mile. and they're off and running. Riley Hoots being challenged by Alan Bledsoe very quickly. Bledsoe now settles in behind the number 5. Patrick Hernandez right there in that 3rd position. He's followed by Kevin Winker in the 4th spot. Determined to keep pace with the front runners there. Oh, we see Hernandez. I don't know if he had to do a little driving there to keep from getting into that outside wall. It looks a little treacherous out there, folks. I'm not gonna lie. We continue to race along Bledsoe. He's up there trying to get a little closer to the number 5. I don't know if he's thinking about making a move or not. Meanwhile, back here, Bledsoe hasn't been able to catch a 19 just yet. Matthew Wilson, though, he's right. He's keeping his distance a little bit, but he is closing in on the 51 just a little bit. Kelly Thomas is a little bit further back. He's got Paul Bojanic for company. Joe Nerton's a little further back. He's running 8th in final position. But Riley Hoots so far is able to keep that number 24 at bay. Come around to start lap number 7 of 200. He's staying right out there. Patrick Hernandez I think he's starting to feel a little bit more pressure now from the 51, Kevin Winker. He's working in there a little bit closer now. Applying just a little bit more heat to Hernandez. Taking a look down on that inside. Boy, he is close as they race down the front stretch going into turn 1. Boy, can Winker make the pass? Can he make it stick? He's right there. Oh, man, he couldn't quite hold on. He was trying, though, folks. He's not ready to give up just yet. Looks like he might get him. And maybe not. Boy, Patrick Hernandez fighting hard. Kevin Winker says, "Nah, I'm just going to back out of that for right now." And Wilson, he goes by the 51 as well. But boy, Patrick Hernandez, he put up one heck of a fight there to hold on to that 3rd position. Bledsoe, now he's lost a bit of ground to Riley Hoots. He's about 3/4 second behind the number 5. Matthew Wilson now. He's got that 3 machine up in the 4th position. And look at Kevin Winker down on the inside. He's challenging Wilson there for that 4th spot. Couldn't quite make the pass work. Oh, when you see sometimes these guys they come out of the turn and they have to go down low. I think they're trying to catch the car before it gets away from them. And it looks like, Winker, he gets that 4th position that time from Wilson. And while they're battling there, and there's Kelly Thomas, he's sneaking into the picture there. Trying to see if he can get a little closer to the action here. Everybody's pretty much on the same section of track. Right, who's still out front? That gap now 1.5 seconds. So he's putting in some good times there, managing to stay right out front. Now he does have Paul Bajanic 7 seconds down the road. But if you think about that, it's about half a lap. So he still has about half a lap to go. Actually, a little bit more than that. He's looking at the track map there. He was going into turn 3 as Bajanic was coming out of turn 2. So yeah, he's a good straightaway ahead of Bajanic, who's in 8th. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong car. My bad. Yeah, it's still about a straightaway though. As you can see, Bajanic on the 8th position there. He's about to cross his stripe right now, and then as he goes to turn 1, here comes your leader out of turn 4. And so right now he's just taking care of business, trying to get it done. Patrick Hernandez still in that 2nd position. Alan Bledsoe, well, I tell you, he's getting used to ending up on that podium. But right now it's looking good, but hey, don't count out Kevin Winker. There he is in that 4th position. And he's only about half a second behind Bledsoe. Trying to reel in the number 24 machine. And I think Paul Bajanic is down in the pits. Green flag pit stop for the number 2. Now we are on lap 20 of 200. He may be coming in to get another set of Goodyear tires. They do have, this is among the most sets I've seen for any race in the season. Try to get a little bit more grip as your leaders streak on by there. Who's still your leader? The gap was 1.5. Now it's about 1.1 seconds. Hernandez, he's reeled him in just a little bit though, but he has gotten away from Alan Bledsoe. Bledsoe is a bit further back, and he's about 1.6 seconds back. Kevin Winker hasn't quite closed in on the 24 yet. Alan Bledsoe was able to stay ahead of the 51. Matthew Wilson not doing bad either. In fact, he's not too far away. Oh, he just blinked on us there, and not too far away. Boy, he's really closing up on the 51 there, folks. Challenging for that 4th position. Let's see if he'll go for it or not here. Gotta be real careful how you put that power down once you get going, getting off the corner there. And that's Bledsoe, so that's all battle for position there. That's Winker in front of him, and then Alan Bledsoe in front of Winker. So you're looking at 3rd, 4th, and 5th here. At one point, it looked like Wilson was just about to make a run for it. And look at, he really closed up that time. But Kevin Winker, he's doing pretty good to make that car hard to catch up to. Boy, look at Kelly Thomas. He's got himself in there as well. He's not wasting any time either. Wilson trying to move in on Winker, and meanwhile Winker, he's putting some okay, I thought he was putting pressure on Bledsoe, but that was just Paul Bajanic lap car being passed by some of the other guys. And there's Winker right there. He still has to pass Bajanic. There's Paul right there. I was hoping maybe he didn't pit because of his having computer issues, so he's still out there able to race and race safely. Sometimes you have those those connection issues and the car is blinking real bad. That's just not a good deal for anybody. So yeah, good to see Paul able to keep going on track. just passed Alan Bledsoe, but that wasn't for position. He's got those fresh tires, so he'll be one of the fastest cars on track at the moment. You must have been on pit road for a while because he lost 3 laps. I would imagine you lose at least 1, you know, possibly 2, but he lost 3 coming down pit road. Riley Hoots continues to lead, and boy, that gap is really closed down now. Look at Patrick Hernandez, folks. He is ready to attack. He is in attack position here, and let's see if he get ready to go for it. I think he is. He's trying to drive under the 5. Is he gonna hold on to it? Yeah, it looks like Hoots was able to hold on. Hernandez trying to see if he can make another charge, but he wasn't able to, though. And there's Paul Bajani. Remember I was saying he's got those fresh tires. He's one of the fastest cars on track right now. Paul might get one of his laps back. There he goes. Now he's only 2 laps down. He literally races past the leader. And as he does that, here comes Patrick Hernandez trying to charge for that lead position. Trying to get a run off turn 4. He couldn't quite make the pass. He hasn't given up yet going through turns 1 and 2. They're side by side as they come off of 2. Boy, they're close. Oh, and I think Hoots got into the wall there a little bit of a tap, but he's staying in it, folks. He's trying to hold on, but Hernandez is going to get that position, and looks like he'll be able to hold on to it at least for the moment. New leader, Patrick Hernandez, here on lap 32 of 200. And you've heard me say it before, with a small field like this, man, definitely the potential to see a very, some good green flag runs here. So we'll get to see what kind of distance they can go on a 65% fuel capacity. That's their league standard that they run. So now it's Hernandez's turn to get out front. He's a good half a second ahead of Riley Hoots. Alan Bledsoe is still in that 3rd position and still keeping Kevin Winker at bay. Winker's not too far behind, though. In fact, Winker, Matthew Wilson also keeping in the fight there. Kelly Thomas, he's not too far off of Winker either. And wait a minute, what happened here? Alan Bledsoe, he's down. Kevin Winker just got by him. We were looking back through the field. Something, I don't know if Bledsoe had to check up and might have lost the handle on the car a little bit. But Kevin Winker moved into that 3rd position. Bledsoe, I don't know, his tires could be falling off here, folks. Now there goes Matthew Wilson also getting by the number 24. And now it's Kelly Thomas, his turn. We see Joe Nerton down on pit road. Another green flag pit stop underway. Nerton making his way in as Kelly Thomas challenges the 24 for that 5th position, taking a very low line. He does get by Bledsoe now in the 5th spot. So a few passes being made here on track. Patrick Hernandez, though, 1.7. Well, he's really opened up the gap. 1.8 seconds. Riley Hoots still in the 2nd position, but he's really losing ground to the number 19. 1.7 seconds. I think it's it might have stabilized a little bit. The gap was going up there. And you can see him kind of weaving across. I mean, I think it's just a bit slick out there, and they might be just burning those tires up. Alan Bledsoe now coming down pit road, pitting here on lap 39. Looks like it'll tires and fuel for the number 24, and everybody's else is still on track. Here comes your leader, Patrick Hernandez, He's staying out once more. He's down and away. That was a 14.8 second stop there for Allen. And the question now will be, how long will these leaders stay out there? I mean, we know they can stay out there quite a good little ways. Sometimes we see them go some ridiculously long distances on a set of tires. So it'll be interesting to see how they fare this time around. And let's see, Joe Merton, he is still on pit road. He's been there for a minute, and don't know if he's retired or not, but he is still showing in the pits. So Hernandez, he continues to race along here and still has not pitted. He's gone 43 laps now. Coming out of turn 4, he's getting ready to start lap number 44. And that's pretty impressive because, you know, he was fighting pretty hard catching Riley Hoots there and finally getting the pass. Hoots, he's also staying out. In fact, everybody in the those top 5 drivers, Kevin Winker, not showing any sign just yet of passing. Matthew Wilson's still right there, and he's been sticking relatively close to the 51 the entire time. Now Kelly Thomas, he did fall back just a little bit. He was a bit closer than that, but now he's starting to fall back just a little bit. And let's see, looks like Wilson. It's like he drops back a little bit, and then he'll get a run, but not really close enough to try to make the pass. Oh, here we go, folks. He's going for it this time. And yes, he goes right on by the 51. Winker, he just lets both the 51 and the 28 by. Winker now back in the 5th spot. You know, I think maybe his tires are starting to go away, and he's probably thinking, there's no point in fighting these guys right now. It's a long race. We're only on lap 47 of 200. Might as well, you know, not hitting that wall is more important than fighting for that position at this point in time. So, you know, you gotta use your head out there for sure. And then they're still racing. Oh, here comes Riley Hoots coming down on pit road. Man, he lock up those brakes there. Make sure he doesn't get a pit road speeding penalty. That's the last thing you want. And that slow cruise down pit road, painfully slow, as he makes his way down. And they have 2 faster pairs now. I don't think he'll really need to use one. The car doesn't look that bad. It looked like he might have touched the wall just a little bit. Gets all the way down to his pit box. He's a pole sitter, so he had to go the furthest distance. Guys are starting to come in now. Winker, he's also in as well. And here comes your leader, Patrick Hernandez. He's just crossing the line. Hoots, he's away. That was a 15.1 second stop. Kevin Winker is done. He's also 15.1. Matched him identically. And more guys. There's Alan Bledsoe. Now he's staying out. I think he's going to cycle up to the lead here. He's in the 4th spot. I'm sorry, no, Matthew Wilson is still out as well. Both Wilson and Thomas are out. And Patrick Hernandez, all that time, he's just now getting down to his pit box. Well, I tell you, you know, you're on the pole or qualifying the top 5. That can be a long, slow crawl down pit road, trying to get down there. Right side's already on, left side's going on. He's down and away. That was a 14.5. That was a good stop there for Hernandez as he makes his way back out. right now showing in the 4th position. He's coming out of turn 2. Your leaders are on the front stretch. Kelly Thomas, he's already gone into the pit. So Matthew Wilson, he's your leader, but he will have to pit. And Alan Bledsoe, he pitted on lap 37. So Hernandez currently 4th. Bledsoe in the 2nd position. He'll assume the lead when Wilson pits. And speaking of which, here he comes right now, making his way on down pit road. And as he does that, and there's Alan Bledsoe going into turn 4, he'll come on around and assume the lead. Excuse me. Right now, Wilson, he's he is the last one to come in and pit. He stayed out the longest. And that being the case, so let me see if I have these the graphics going to come up. Yeah, look at the stint length here, folks. Bledsoe went 37 laps. Wilson clearly went the furthest, 52 laps on that set of tires. That's impressive. And in fact, Kelly Thomas went 50 laps. So yeah, that's they really did pretty good there. So Bledsoe, he leads, he's 12 seconds ahead of Patrick Hernandez, who's in that 2nd position. Your leader's in the middle of 3 and 4. Hernandez is just coming out of turn 2. So he's almost exactly a half a lap behind your leader, Alan Bledsoe. And I guess it depends on whether or not if Alan can maintain that gap. It's still at around 12.3 seconds. And whenever he does come in and pit again, you know, who knows? He stands an outside chance. If, like, say if he were to pit right now, he could stand an outside chance of maybe not losing a lap, because 2nd place is still half a lap behind him before he even gets there. But it would be very close. He might still lose a lap though, but it could be rather close. Now lap 57, Hernandez in that 2nd position. Kevin Winker, he's now in the podium position. And he's got Kelly Thomas quite a little ways behind him, 2.6 seconds. And Matthew Wilson a little bit further back, now in that 5th position. But Paul Bajanic, he's about 16 seconds back, so no pressure for Wilson in that spot. Everybody's a little spread out now. And it's all about you know, turning those laps, and that gap is it's come down a little bit. Now it's 12.1 seconds, and Hernandez is starting to eat into that gap just a little bit. Of course, Bledsoe, he's got that clean air now, and Kelly Thomas is over 3.5 seconds ahead of him. So probably won't be catching him anytime soon. Because Thomas, he pitted on lap 50, and Bledsoe pitted on lap 37. So Thomas's tires are quite a bit fresher than the 24 car. They continue to race it on. Looks like the sun is coming out a little bit. The air temperature is still 65 degrees. And you know, this is saying that the track temperature is now 78 degrees. I thought it was like I don't remember exactly what the temperature was when the race started. But right now it seems like they're able to manage a little bit better. Alan Bledsoe trying to manage that gap, and boy, it's come down quite a bit, 10.6 seconds between him and Patrick Hernandez. Bledsoe loving the view up the front. Everybody's got a lot of clean air to race with. Hernandez definitely. I don't know why is his driver picture not showing? Hold on a second. Let's go. Boom. And yeah, for whatever reason, I don't know why his picture's not in there. Should be. I'll check that too. Yeah. So let's driver overrides and see what we see here. Yeah, all the driver, well, maybe his is not loaded for whatever reason. It should be loaded, but it's not. So, yeah. Kevin Winker still in that third position. Nice gap between him and anybody else. Well, Riley Hoots is actually in the sixth position, a lap down, so that's no threat to Winker. So he's pretty comfortable in that third position. Kelly Thomas not too far behind. He's got Hoots in front of him, who's not on the lead lap. Riley Hoots pitted on lap 47. Kelly Thomas pitted on lap 50. His tires are about 3 laps fresher. But it doesn't look like he's fighting too hard to try to get past the 5. I think a lot of guys are also thinking about just trying to make these tires last. Trying to get as much performance out of them, but maintain or extend that lifespan as much as possible. Bledsoe, that gap is now 6.8 seconds. Boy, it is coming down quite a bit, and it's still steadily falling. There he is. There's Patrick Hernandez, and Hernandez coming out of turn 2. He's now basically a straightaway behind the 24. So the 19 is a coming. He comes out of turn 2, and just as he comes out of turn 2, there's Bledsoe going into turn 3. That little dot down there. Gap holding around 6.2 seconds at the moment. Let's take a look at their lap time history here. And hold on a second. We want to do that one. Yeah, let's do that one. Lap time history. And this is between Bledsoe and Bledsoe's actually been quicker every lap. 8 tenths, 1 second, 5 half a second, 6 tenths, 3 tenths. He was quicker than Hernandez the last time. So he's the gap is coming down. It's less than 6 seconds now, but Bledsoe is still. And I take that back. My fault. I read that backwards. The numbers for Bledsoe are in red, meaning that he was slower. That's how much faster Hernandez has been each lap. So that's why the gap, obviously, why the gap is coming down. So he's been clearly quicker. In that last lap, he was 6 tenths of a second quicker than Bledsoe. So it's not looking like it. On track, but he's definitely reeling him in there. Now 4.5 seconds between him and the 24 machine. Kevin Winker, he's back in that third spot. Paul Bojanic has joined Joe Nerton on pit road. Nerton has been there for quite some time. I don't know if it's possible that he's retired the car. And Paul, doesn't look like any work is being done on the car, so it's possible that they decided to park it. You never know. Everybody else races on here. I'm around to start lap 75. Starting to get a little closer to the halfway point here. Okay, Paul, he's gotten back out on track, so There he is now, just exiting pit road. Joe Nerton is not officially showing retired, but he definitely might have decided just to put it behind the wall, and it's just not updated. I think as long as you're in there, he might be in the car as long as you haven't gotten out and go to the pits or something. It's going to still show you in the race there, or at least in the server. I'm not sure when it says out, does it mean that the guy left the server? That's possible too, because technically, even if you're many laps down, if you're just sitting on pit road, you're still in the race, and you can still go out if you want to. So Nerton is still showing on pit road. There's Hernandez, where you can see he's visibly closer now, and definitely working in on Alan Bledsoe. That's him directly in front of him. Paul Bajanic is still turning some good laps there. He got by these guys, and he's past the leader again. Bajanic's now 5 laps down. I think that a lot of that happened because of the the green flag pit stops, and he got a lap that back before, and I think he might have just got one again when he went past Bledsoe. But you can see Patrick Hernandez slowly reeling him in, just a tick over a second, and now it's just falling below a second. 0.8, 0.7, just about 0.6. He's got good rhythm here, and he's trying to reel him in. I know Bledsoe, you're trying to fight off that charging, whoever that is that's trying to come get you, but at the same time trying to save those tires. Oh, and here he comes down on pit road, so Hernandez didn't have to really fight to get, probably coming in for a fresh set of good years and a tank of fuel. As Hernandez, he assumes the lead once again. Kevin Winker in that second position, 9.5 seconds back. Now Hernandez, he pitted on lap 49. Winker pitted on lap 47. So whether or not he'll try to extend his stint or not, boy, right now he's under big pressure by Kelly Thomas. Thomas taking a look down on the inside, and he just more or less breezes on past the 51. Winker's trying to fight back. They go down the backstretch, and looks like Kelly Thomas is going to go ahead and secure that second position for now. This is all happening 10 seconds behind your leader, Patrick Hernandez. And now he's kind of pulled away from the 51. And here comes Winker now in for another set of tires. Thomas outlasted him the last time as far as how far they went. So now as he comes in with Kelly Thomas, how much further will he go? Will he go another 3 laps or so? And he looks like he's doing okay. I mean, looks can be deceiving. These guys sometimes they're pretty darn steady. Got a steady hand out there, but they know when those tires are going, or when the car is just that right front take enough of a pounding. Starts giving up on you just a little bit. Keeping it nice, steady turn-ins. You see how he's being nice and easy getting on the throttle. He's not pushing that thing hard at all coming out of the turns. Definitely trying to perhaps just coax those tires a little bit further. And it's probably the tires that are driving them to pit road, maybe more so than the fuel, because he's definitely gone. I think last time he went about 3 laps further. And I wasn't counting just now, but it seems like he's done maybe 4 laps or so. So Kelly Thomas, he's soldiering on here. Even when he pits, he might lose the position, but, you know, it may be hard to project right now, but, you know, some of these guys may actually have a strategy. Like if we hit certain marks, like if we run X amount of laps, and if it stays green, and, you know, we sort of like have a green flag plan, you know, and say, okay, if we run this amount of laps, we should be able to get to this point in the race, and our last pit stop will be on lap so-and-so, and it should take us to the end. And I think everybody's probably has a plan like that right now. Because you know how a caution can just totally throw all of your strategy clean out the window. But now will be a time to be a fuel miser. Nobody, Joe Nurton remains on pit road. Patrick Hernandez continues to lead. Gap now 13 seconds to Kelly Thomas, who is in that second position. Matthew Wilson in the 3rd spot, having a good run there, running that 3 machine for James Bosco tonight. Let's see, Matthew, he pitted on lap 52, so he went a little further than Kelly Thomas, you know. So hey. And he's in the 3rd position, and he's about he's 17 seconds behind the leader. Leader's going into turn 4. He's just now coming out of turn. I'm sorry, leader was going to turn 3, and he was coming out of turn 4. So it won't be long. No, it'd be interesting to see who pits when, because Hernandez, he pitted on lap 49, and Wilson pitted on lap 52. Continues to race along, and Hernandez is like 6.3 seconds behind him. You can see on the relative there, but that gap is slowly but steadily coming down. So he's going about, what did I say, 52? So 42, 43 laps so far. He should have a handful more laps in the car there, unless these guys. Oh, he blinks out on us. Let's go and let's jump on somebody else. There's Kelly Thomas having a good race in that 2nd position. Wilson's a good little ways back, a good 4 seconds, almost 5 seconds behind Thomas. Kelly, he pitted on lap 50. Patrick Hernandez continues to race along here. Lap 97 getting very close now to the halfway point, as he races down the backstretch. Making his way through 3 and 4 as he crosses the stripe. It'll be lap 98, so a couple of more laps as we get to the halfway point here tonight at the Monster Mile. And boy, look at the gap on the track map. I mean, there's absolutely everybody's basically in front of him, basically, and I don't think he'll be able to stay out there long enough to start lapping people that way. You know, people lose laps by, you know, doing those green flag pit stops. But I don't know. I just don't. I don't know if he's going to actually catch anybody at all before he has to. And even if he did catch him, he'd probably have to pit, you know, whatever cycle he's on. So he's continuing to circulate, and as he comes to the stripe, we are halfway through the U.S. Armed Forces 200 here at the Monster Mile. And somebody came in, Riley Hoots, just getting to his pit box. Right side's going on, they're done. Coming around now, getting the left sides. And let's see, he's done. That's 15.8 seconds. And just as he goes out, Kelly Thomas assumes the lead. But your leader, Patrick Hernandez, he gives up that lead as he comes down pit road. And just hits his pit box. We saw him do something like a 14.5 or 4.6 or something like that last time. Right side's on, left side's going on. Let's see what he gets this time. And this time it was a 15.1, so that was a bit slower. Definitely not his best one out there tonight for sure. As he's down and away. Matthew Wilson, he picked up the second position as two of your leaders pitted. And now Kelly Thomas has just entered the pits. Wilson, he is just like that. Now he moves into the lead. And I believe they get a bonus point for leading a lap. So yeah. Every point counts there. Batley, he may have the championship locked up, but you know, there's definitely still some points to be had out there. Let's look again. Let's look at those points again. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Like say Patrick Hernandez and Riley Hoots. Hoots has 21.87, Hernandez 21.85. So yeah, he's looking pretty good right now to try to maybe move up to that third spot in the standings. James Brodsky and Joe Durden. Now, unfortunately, Brodsky's not here tonight, so he's going to take a beating in the points. And Wilson now comes down on pit road. He relinquishes the lead to Alan Bledsoe. And everybody's been, knock on wood, everybody's been doing good and staying out of the wall. And just a question of how far can you go? Alan Bledsoe, now your new leader. Matthew Wilson, he's out. Here's a 15-second flat for Wilson. Bledsoe, he pitted on lap 8, just goes by Wilson, and that actually put Wilson 2 laps down. So he probably loses maybe 2 laps by the time you get off the pit road and able to start getting up to speed. Bledsoe has a 13.7 gap to Kevin Winker. But boy, now Bledsoe, he put it on lap 80. Kevin Winker put it on lap 83. And so they're very similar. But boy, Patrick Hernandez, he went almost 20 laps further. He put it on lap 100. And so you know this thing is, there's still maybe 3 or 4 more pit stops out here. And if everything just stays the way it is, you know, Patrick Hernandez, he could definitely cycle back up to the front here once again. It's all about the timing. If this went like this all the way to the checkered flag, you know, and, you know, I'm sorry, but my math ain't that good to start projecting now, you know, whatever the calculation it would be to figure out, you know, how many pit stops will they be done, or will they have to do, and how will that work out in this, you know, as far as time is concerned. There's so much of it about timing, you know. Hernandez, he could cycle back to the front on the next round of pit stops, but the race may end before he can they can put in the requisite number of laps for him to cycle through it once again. So a lot of it tonight is really going to look like it's going to be based on the timing, how this thing just kind of works out here. But at least right now, you would think that the gaps that these guys have between each other, if it's allowed to cycle completely through, whoever is leading at whatever time, when the checkered flag drops, they'll have a good, they'll have a nice cushion to work with. Hernandez keeping ahead of our Kevin Lincoln there, 2.4 seconds now. Everybody but Joe Nerton, he remains on pit road, so we'll just call him retired. I believe he definitely retired the car for the evening. When we continue to race along, we'll go ahead and take a quick break and be right back. Hey, you're watching the BioTE Cup Series U.S. Armed Forces 200 here on Rice Motorsports TV. Today, BioTE is a leading innovator in precision and preventative healthcare. We have translated over 80 years of scientific insight into medical approaches that identify and address imbalances in the production of hormones that occur as the body ages. BioTE is poised as a leader in the health and wellness revolution by offering personalized hormone therapy and high-grade nutraceuticals to people who want to take charge of their health. This is accomplished through personalized and preventative healthcare, made possible with hormone optimization. For more information, scan the QR code on screen or check out the link in the description. Georgetown OBGYN provides complete women's care to the Central Texas area with a focus on patient comfort and satisfaction. Dr. Vincent Sherman, Dr. John Sherman, and Dr. Kelly Monteville look forward to providing you with the excellent care you deserve. They take pride in combining experience you can trust with the most innovative treatments. For more information, click the link in the description below. Okay, folks, we are back here. It's lap 118 of 200, and we do have somebody coming down pit road. It's Paul Bajanic making his way down. Green flag pit stop for the number 2. And Paul, he's been hanging in there. He was really, I was talking to him in the chat before the race started, and whatever problems he was having, you could tell he was having problems because even his comms were sounding kind of garbled, and he was struggling to stay in there. So yeah, good to see him able to hang in there. Left side's going on now. Let's see what kind of pit stop time he gets. That's a good one, 14.8. Very respectable time there. Takes that Bojangles machine back out on track. The leader, Alan Bledsoe, 5 seconds ahead of Hernandez. And now Hernandez, he's going to assume the lead once again as Bledsoe comes down pit road. And then we just saw Hernandez just flash by into the lead. That was super quick. Bledsoe makes his way down pit road. He'll lose at least a lap in the process. The leader's down pit road. That's amazing. They get down to turn 3, and the guys haven't even gotten down to the pit box yet. It's a mile. I mean, it's a mile, like say a half a mile distance to get all the way down to your pit box, and but can't really do anything other than that. Bledsoe got those RPMs up. He's ready to go. 14.6 seconds. Boy, that was a good pit stop there for Alan Bledsoe. Trying to, he did lose a lap, and let's see. Hernandez is 5 seconds behind him. Is he going to be able to just, I think he may get up to speed quick enough that he's got those fresh tires, because Hernandez, he's been out there since lap 100, which is actually only 23 laps ago. So But Bledsoe should have fresh enough tires now. You should be able to stay ahead of the number 19. And he's reduced that gap that's kind of holding at 5 seconds now. It was coming down now as he gets going. When those tires get up to operating temperature, he's starting to put a little bit of time between him and the 19. Not a lot. It's hanging around 4.6. I'm sorry, 5.6, and so he's pedaling as hard as he can. And like I say, he lost. He's in the 6th position. He only lost 1 lap. And well, I tell you, they got a long ways to go. There's going to be at least 1 more pit stop here, I would think. Races past Kevin Winkle, who's actually in the 2nd position. The leader is about is less than 10 seconds behind him. And Winkle, he put it on lap 83.
400 lap race on this 0.625-mile racetrack. And just as the field comes around turn number 4, the sunshine peeks through, helping warm things here. Bill Elliott leads him down. Benny Parsons on the outside. The green flag flies, and the first Union 400 Winston Cup race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody nicely through turns number 1 and 2 as Bill Elliott has the lead, and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into 2nd position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison. Oh, here we go. It's just about to go away. They bump coming out of turn 4. Earnhardt gets the lead. We had just heard from our spotters that Neil Bonnet. Is on his last lap. This will be his 24th career win. Dale Earnhardt wins the first Union 400 at North Wilkesboro.
Oh crap! Okay, sorry folks. Thank you out there in the chat. I happened to look down and say, "Hey, Tony, unmute yourself." Yeah, we're going once again here, and I tell you, I don't know. You know, there've been so many people talking about issues, and there's a lot of people who don't have problems, you know, with the connection to iRacing, and I've never had a problem as a spectator joining a session. So, you know, obviously it can happen to anybody, but well, I tell you, it's not fun. Oh, James said, he says it's odd to see his car on track without him in it. Yeah, I guess that would feel a little strange. But he's Matthew. He's soldiering along there in that 4th position, giving that old number 3 a good run. And Riley Hoots behind him, 4.8 seconds directly behind him, so that would be for position, but Hoots is nowhere close. And of course, I don't have the data now showing who pitted when, so I don't know. For some reason, I think Matthew went a little further the last time around. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Where I tell you, we're almost 50 laps away from the finish of this thing here. And your leader Patrick Hernandez. But probably, I'm getting, like I said before, I'm guessing he'll do one more stop. Him and everybody else that's still running. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Kelly Thomas now he's on the back stretch, and where is your leader? Oh boy, your leader's not too far behind him. He's only a couple of corners behind him. Thomas coming out of turn 4. Your leader is in the middle of 3 and 4. So right now we're only showing 3 cars on the lead lap: Hernandez, Thomas, and Bledsoe. Right now, Alan Bledsoe back on that podium position. I'm sure he'd love to finish out the season with a couple more podiums. Kevin Winkler directly in front of him, but that's not full position. See Paul Pajanic making his way down on pit road. Everybody's been able to keep their cars in pretty good shape. I don't think I've seen anybody have any real damage. I saw, I think it was Riley Hoots one time kind of bounce off the wall just a little bit. Oh, okay, there's some left rear damage there on the 2. So something happened. I don't know if he spun or what, but yeah, he definitely, and he does burn one of his 2 fast repairs. Tires and fuel for the number 2. Let's see if he can get down to 14-second range here. Left side's going on, and he's down in the way. It's 15.8 seconds though. Making his way back out. And when he pits, you know it's starting to kick off some more green flag pit stops here. So it won't be long before other folks come on in. And just as I say that, here comes your leader, Patrick Hernandez, coming down on pit road here on lap 151. Wait a minute, is that, am I seeing, look at that right front. Oh boy, he got into the wall there somewhere, folks. It's not too bad. I do believe he'll probably burn a fast repair when he gets down to his pit box. He's in, Riley Hoots is coming in as well. So that cycles Kelly Thomas up. I think I saw the fast repair go through. Right side's on. We saw him do like a 14.6 or 14.8 last time. This was a 14.8, another good pit stop there for Hernandez. Alan Bledsoe assumes the lead as Kelly Thomas comes on down pit road. There's your leader, Alan Bledsoe. Now, as these guys pit this time around, I can see, now I have the data of when the last time they pitted, so right now I don't really know when the last time Alan pitted. But I tell you, we're less than 50 laps away from the end. They could make it on a tank of fuel, I believe. Because now we're at 45 laps to go, and depends on how much more he pushes this now. He's in the lead. Matthew Wilson is in that second position. There's Allen going into turns 1 and 2, and Wilson is just going into turn 3. Boy, there's a lot of cars that are lapped down right now. We saw that in the broadcast earlier this week, I think it was. Everybody was doing the green flag pit stops, and one of the last cars to complete the cycle decided to stay out a little longer, and then a caution came out, and half the field got caught at least a lap or more, lap down. And so yeah, it can happen. The likelihood is a bit lower here tonight. But I'm sure Matthew, and look, I think Matthew, yep, he's coming on down now, entering pit road. Here on lap 158. And this time, I believe his fuel should definitely take him to the end of the race. He's been having a good night out there. He's in 4th position. Kelly Thomas is in 5th, but he's a lap down. Wilson's going to lose at least a lap. Thomas, you can see Thomas now in the relative. He's like 2 seconds behind. He's just going by, and he moves into the 4th position. And so now Wilson, he's getting his tires and fuel. Still in the 5th spot. Riley Hoots is about, oh, he might lose Riley. Yeah, Riley Hoots about to go past him as well. There he is right there on track. He just went by, so Wilson fell down to the 6th position. Nothing he could really do about that. I mean, he might pick up a spot here now anyway, because your leader, Alan Bledsoe, will relinquish the lead. And it's about to go full cycle here again, because Patrick Hernandez is, I believe Hernandez is going to get him. He's, oh, here he comes now. There he is right there. Hernandez just moves into the lead position. And that puts Kevin Winker in the 2nd position. Been a pretty clean race here tonight. I think we've only seen maybe 2 or 3 guys that had to use a faster pair. Mostly just because they bounced off the road or something, off the wall, I mean. And James, what are you thinking? A short pit strategy for the 2? Yeah, but Paul, he's like 7 laps down, so I don't see how he could get all that back. Riding on board with Kevin Winker. And that is pretty clear. And you know, these guys having all this clean air like this, everybody can run their line with if they want to run. They're not really battling other cars that much, and that's why they're able to, I think, why they're able to turn these long stints here, because it's almost like a test session, and you're just out there pacing yourself and, you know, just trying, you know, preserving those tires as much as you can. And it's almost like a battle of longevity. You know, who can get the most out of a set of tires. You remember I said earlier, it's also about the timing. You gotta, you know, especially when it starts getting down to close to the end of the race. We're on lap 167 now, and you really gotta start thinking, okay, can I push this? How much more can I push this? Bledsoe just went by, got himself back on the lead lap. And Hernandez, he pitted on lap 151. Will he have to pit? Wow, he'd have to go 49 laps on the tank of fuel and that set of Goodyears. Could he actually do that? You know, and I don't know. Kevin Winker, I don't have data on the last time that he pitted. Kelly Thomas in third, though, he pitted on lap 152. Actually, he just moves past Winker into that lead, not lead, but into the second position. He's still like good 16 seconds, almost 17 seconds behind Patrick Hernandez. Continue to race along, and Winker now heading on down on the pit road. Pitting on lap 171. And we'll see where this gets him here. Of course, when he lose that lap or so, he's going to have to, you know, the laps are getting kind of short here now, you know, they really are. And so down that, now that was a good pit stop time, 14.4. Well, I think he just won the pit stop challenge here tonight, folks. I don't think I've seen one that quick, and that was a good one there. Kevin Winker. Oh, hang on to it, Kev. Oh, boy, that was close. Did you see? He almost got the blue cone exiting the pits. Oh, my goodness. But he's in the sixth position. Unfortunately, he lost 2 laps. You know, you lose laps when you do these green flag pit stops. Man, that was that was interesting. Patrick Hernandez, he's out there on lap 174, and he last pitted on lap 151. So can he push it 49 laps? What do y'all think? Now, he's 18 seconds behind Kelly Thomas and Alan Bledsoe, and they weren't exactly gaining on him the last time when he pitted, I don't believe. He's really had a good, strong pace, so I don't know. Could be very interesting. Paul Bojanic making his way down on pit road again. Now 25 laps remaining. It's Hernandez, Bledsoe, and Thomas, your podium positions right now. Okay, that's weird. It's showing, it says Joe Norton is coming down pit road. I didn't even realize that he had left the pits. I don't know if he's trying. Maybe he's having some problems with his equipment. You see him testing out his steering. but he's definitely doing something. He may be just testing out his car. It's possible that he's been on pit road for a good portion of the race trying to get something calibrated, and I guess he's just trying to make sure everything's okay. I think he'd like to at least finish the race on track. So yeah, Joe Burton, heck, he's 142 laps down, but he's still trying to go. Okay, now I don't know if he's going to stay out or not. He's coming back on pit road. Whatever he was trying to do, it may not be working. He's trying to see if he can finish this race on track, but looks like he's going to end up back on pit road again. So things just not working out for Joe here tonight at Dover. Patrick Hernandez, though, he's 21 laps. He's going into turn 3, so it'll be 20 to go when he hit the stripe. Can he push 20 more? Does he have the fuel for 20 more laps? Put it that way. I don't think the tires will be an issue. He's 17.9, 18 seconds ahead of Alan Bledsoe, and so he's got plenty of gap. And shoot, second place is about 3/4 of a lap behind him. So he really, if he had to, boy, he could really do some fuel saving if he felt that he needed to. And he probably, a lot of these drivers, they have, you know, software like Crew Chief or whatever. You know, there's different ones, and does the fuel calculations, and it'll tell you how much fuel you have before you have to pit, before you run out, and it's does that calculation on the fly where you start saving, you start lifting a little early and you let it roll through the corners a little bit more, and you ease back on that power, get on it a little bit later. Each time you do that, you're saving a little bit of fuel, and it does help your fuel calculations. You can gain a lap if you fuel save enough. If it's to the point where you just need one more lap of fuel, and you can make it happen. And we're at 17 to go, so you see Patrick, he is not pushing that at all. His best lap time was a 22.6, and his last was a 24.0. So he is definitely, I think, in fuel-saving mode here. The gap is still 17 seconds behind him. Let's hop on board with Alan Bledsoe and look at his lap times. His best was a 22.5, and he's doing a 23.9. So he's probably trying to save, but he's not trying to save as much. He last pitted on lap 160, so it's far more realistic for him to go 40 laps. He can afford to try to push a little bit more, but he's so far behind. He would really have to push. You know, you don't want to push yourself out of your fuel window and end up running out of fuel just because you're trying to catch somebody. If you're not, if the numbers don't work out and you're not close enough, then you just do what you have to do to get to that checkered flag. Joe Norton back on pit road again, and whatever it was, that was problems with his rig perhaps or something. Things aren't working out for him there. Kelly Thomas now on the running third position. Thomas is 22 seconds behind the leader. He's only the top three are on the lead lap, and it could end this way unless, well, I tell you, with this number of laps to go, if Hernandez had to pit, then he automatically just the victory is gone. It's just lost. There's no way. There's nothing going to happen for him to cycle around and get back on the lead lap. Who's just on the he's in technically the lucky dog position in that fourth spot. What started out as a bit more promising, you know, he was your pole sitter, and you know, sometimes it's just not your day, you know, and I don't know if it was the fuel or what, but you know, he just got off sync, and somewhere along the way got, might have had to pit. Oh, and now he's just pushing the clutch in and letting it roll through the corners. I think he's definitely trying to save some fuel now as much as he can. And he is definitely, let's look at his RPMs here. Look at the dashboard meter down there. You'll see when he goes through the corner there, he'll hit, let's see, no, he didn't, he kept it in gear that time. He didn't push the clutch in because we're going to see the RPMs drop. And so now he's staying in it, I guess. He might have did that just to buy himself a 1/10 of a gallon or something. He might have needed about a 1/10 of a gallon to make it to the end. It's okay if I do what I need to do, fuel save just enough to bump the numbers up a couple of points. That'll should get me to the end, because it seems like now he's just he's racing along here. And see, there he is. See, the RPMs drop down to almost nothing. He did it again there. So, and that's just some of the things you do as a driver, what you have to do. And Bledsoe, he's in that second position, so no threat of losing second at the moment, as long as he can make it to the end. There's Hernandez. Now he just got by Kelly Thomas, and actually just put the 28 a lap down. He's racing along. Let's see if he's trying to do any fuel saving anymore. 6 to go. Seems like he's driving with a little bit more purpose here now. It sounds like he's just getting back on that power. He might have been backing out of it long enough to get the numbers that he needs, because let's see, his best was a 22.680 and last lap was a 24.1. Let's see if that picks up again. It was a little easy getting out of the getting back on the power that time. So it's still about maybe almost a couple of seconds off of his personal best. Well, now we're at 4 laps to go. Hernandez, Alan Bledsoe in the second position. Kelly Thomas, he's a lap down, and let's see, Riley Hoots is in 5th, but Hoots isn't. He's not close enough. He's a good 8 seconds behind. Well, actually more than that. About maybe 13 seconds or so. So Patrick Hernandez making his way around. 2 laps to go. And it looks like the numbers will work out for him. As he races through turns 3 and 4. Coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go for Patrick Hernandez. Bledsoe actually in front of him, but he's in the second position. Oh, it looks like Kevin Winker, he's on pit road. He might not have been able to make it to the end after all, but this guy sure did. Patrick Hernandez, he takes the checkered flag and the win here at the Monster Mile. Another win for Patrick Hernandez, another podium for Alan Bledsoe. So I know he's a happy camper there, folks. As they make their way down now. Time to do a little celebrating here. Your winner, Patrick Hernandez. And while they're celebrating, we'll go ahead and bring them up into the. See, there's Allen right next to him. Bring him up there, and we need Kelly Thomas. Where's Kelly? There's Kelly. Get them all in there. So we'll go ahead and hop down in the Discord with them and give them a little chat here. Okay, folks, we're down here with your top three, Patrick Hernandez, Alan Bledsoe, and Kelly Thomas. Hey, Patrick, you got a copy? 10-4. Oh, hold on a second. Why am I not hearing you? No, well, I'm hearing you, but oh, what's going on here? Oh, shoot. Hold on a second, buddy. I need to fix something here for our audience because we're not in the right thing here. We gotta, holy shoot. I gotta find the right, let's see if this will work. Mic check, mic check.
We can hear you, buddy.
Yeah, no, I was making sure that the audience could hear you because I could hear you, but they couldn't hear you. But yeah, we got it now, man. Hey, congratulations, man, on that win, boy. Was that a bit of a some fuel saving there at the end?
Not really. I knew that the fuel tank was gonna last like 50 laps, so I was trying to do like 49, 50 straight. Like in all my pit stops, the gas tank was on fumes, so I had like I thought that was going to be the best strategy, for stop. So I went for it and pray for the best.
10-4, man. Well, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Oh hell yeah! Like every single week to Chevy, Raybrick, MSI, all my sponsors, all the guys back in the shop at Ken Diamond Motorsports, all the guys at Kenny Powers. I also want to give a shout out to James Broseger. Man, buddy, if you're seeing this, I know you're going through some tough stuff. So, man, my thoughts and prayers are with you, buddy.
10-4, man. Well, congratulations, man. One more race to go on to Atlanta, and well, that'll wrap the season up, and a good points night for you as well. So, congratulations again. We'll see you next week.
See you, man.
Hey, Alan, you got a copy.
I got a copy, Tony, once again.
I can't see you through the smoke. You blew your engine up, but man, you got another podium. I know you're a happy camper.
Oh, for sure. It was that was a fun race. I wish I could have saved my tires a little bit better. I would have been on the same strategy as those other guys, but I mean, at the same time, Patrick was just light years ahead of everybody else. Riley was close, but that speeding penalty really took him out.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I knew something. That was because I know we had mentioned that. Yeah, he started off so good, and I don't know what happened to him there.
He went about 5 miles an hour too fast going into pit road on his first pit stop.
Oh
so,
man, yeah.
Too bad for Riley, but hey, I'll take a P2 for it. I was not fast. I wasn't very good at saving my tires, but at the same time, sometimes you just gotta have a different strategy if you've got it that way. So I pitted earlier than 10 laps earlier than everybody else on that first pit stop, and I was like, all right, I'm sticking with this strategy right here. Every 40 laps I'm coming in, and hopefully it works out in the end. Unfortunately, Patrick was just too dang good at keeping his tires on his car.
Absolutely. There you go. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
First off, shout out to James. Man, he's going through some personal stuff. Not getting into any details, but definitely huge shout out to him. Man, he's the one that put he's the one that put this whole thing together. And Matt drove his car today basically to remember him and not remember him. That's a really bad term, but I think everybody knows what I'm trying to say. To commemorate him, and then I've got my dad. He watched the race. I don't think O made a comment this time like he said he was going to, but I've oh, and you know my tradition, man. You know it.
Yeah.
ATD. Gotta
Yeah.
thank them for letting me put their name on the car. TireBuyer.com. If you guys want your tires, go to TireBuyer.com. They will send we will send those tires to your home address, or to the shop of your choice, and you know, it'll be great. Whatever you want. Tony's gotten real familiar with that phrase.
Well, and 10-4, and thank you very much for leaving Tire Buyer on the quarter panel there, because I didn't have ATD on the hood no more, and but I did have the side shot, so we got something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but congratulations again, man, and we'll see you for the season finale next week.
Yep. I'm hoping after my drop weeks count, which I've only missed 2 races, after my drop weeks get counted in, I'm really hoping that that I'm gonna be up there racing for at least second in points. So let's
Cool.
get it.
10-4, man, and we'll see you next week.
All right. See you, Tony.
Hey, Kelly, you got a copy?
I do, and hopefully you can hear me better.
Oh yeah, it's real good, man. I tell you. But I tell you, man, it's kind of a nice, quiet race for you. But man, like just like Alan was saying, I guess everybody's working the numbers and trying to turn the laps. And you know, I tell you, man, it was almost like a math quiz out there. Like, okay, what targets do I need to hit, and how this thing going to time out here, and you know how these pit stops are going. You guys probably figured you're going to have a lot of green flag stops out there, but the numbers worked out good for you to get that podium, man. Congratulations on that 3rd position.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, like you said, it was, you know, kind of a nice quiet night out there. I was just, you know, trying to hit my numbers and keep my tires under me, and you know, and not wear them out too much. I was kind of hoping these other guys would, but Patrick was he was really the class of the field tonight. He had us all beat pretty good, so that was a little disheartening.
Yeah, but hey, you know, they say to finish first you got to finish, and
Yep.
so that's the name of the game there too, man. But anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'm gonna triple that. Shout out to James. You know, he's having a tough week, so I'm thinking about him over here at KPN, and hope things you know, get a little easier for him. And for you guys, you know, Ice Motorsports, thank you again for putting us up there, streaming us.
Oh man, yeah, definitely, man, and I hope you guys been enjoying watching the races and stuff, and you got a whole season's worth to go back and look now. Made it through your first season, and you know, it's like growing pains. You know, you do it the first time you try to do something here, and you know, you learn a lot along the way and everything. So I know you guys will be looking forward to getting out there and wrapping this thing up next week. So congratulations again, and we will see you guys later.
Yep.
Hey, Tony, really quick.
Yeah.
Really quick. The word I was looking for was honor. Sorry.
10-4, man.
My dad reminded me.
Yeah, okay, 10-4. We'll see you guys later, man.
See you, Tony.
Okay, then. Okay, folks. Well, that's going to wrap up things here, and let's go ahead and let's bring up the final results here. And we've got Riley Hoots is your winner with I won't say. Oh, that's practice. My bad. What's going on here? Sorry, Riley. I'm got the wrong one up there. Patrick Hernandez, your winner with Alan Bledsoe second. Kelly Thomas third. Riley Hoots in the 4th position. Matthew Wilson 5th. Kevin Winker 6th. Paul Bajanic 7th. And Joe Nerton, he stayed in the server. He got that 8th position. And so that's how that worked out there. So next week will be the season finale, the Hooters 200 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Paul Bajanic will be your spotlight driver. So I want to make sure you're there for that one, folks. And thank you again for joining us here tonight. So for all of us here, we want to wish you a pleasant evening.